Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. Hmm. Well, this is not the usual time we come on our live, but I chose to come on today because something had really been bugging my mind for days, and I've been thinking of sharing. That's why you're seeing me here tonight. Okay. So before I go right into the topic, welcome to Hot Mom Live Conversations. My name is Ediri. If you like what we do here from time to time, do share this live. Share the live. Follow us. Like each and every one of us, me, my co hosts. Yeah. And try and encourage us so that we keep bringing more of what we have to share to you guys. And you encourage us to do better as well. So, yeah, for today, I want to talk about this topic that has been bugging my mind for days. So there was a breaking news in Nigeria about a woman. She's a role model to many. She's she's a mother of four, yeah, and a grandmother, a well accomplished philanthropist, a billionaire. I think it stated that she was the first female billionaire in Nigeria. Um, Disclaimer: I don't know her personally. Whatever we want to share, talk about tonight is based on the information that is out there already on the internet. So, yeah, she and the husband, they'd been married for almost 50 years. Because according to Wikipedia, I googled her. According to Wikipedia, I learned they got married in 1976. That's a long time ago. Some people were not born yet, at least not me. Yeah, so for almost 50 years, they'd been married. Hmm. She's 72 years old. I think the husband is like a little bit older than her, maybe 5 years older than her, or thereabouts. Um, I also got to know that a couple of years back, she decided to give her life to Christ. And at some point, she was ordained a minister in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. She was ordained as an apostle. Yeah, that's the word that was used. She was ordained as an apostle in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and she actually converted a certain part of her house to the fellowship, the assembly hall, kind of. So that was where she was holding her fellowship in the family, in the house, a section of the house. Yeah. And then I think after some years, she stopped. Holali, I see you on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. After some years, she stopped wearing jewelries. All these articles of ostentation that we used to adorn ourselves. I saw the pictures as well. I saw the before and after pictures of how she used to, you know, dress up herself nicely with all those ornaments, and then how she now stopped and still looking very nice without them. Yeah. You wouldn't believe that she's a 72-year-old woman. She looks really good. Of course, when you have money, you take care of yourself. Yeah. So, the breaking news that has been bugging my mind for a couple of days now is that she and the husband are now no longer together after 47 years of marriage. I think the way I feel is the way a lot of Nigerians feel because, like I said, she's a role model to many, you know, and the fact that something like this had to happen at this time of our life, for a 70 something year old couple who have been together for almost 50 years to now be separated. We don't have the details yet. We don't have the details yet. Um, hmm. Honestly, I'm still kind of dumbfounded. Or I just said, let me come online and speak about it, and let's see where the conversation takes us. The focus is not, the focus of today's discussion is not particularly on them, but it's the fact that you can be with somebody for that long and still part ways. What are the possible reasons why this kind of a thing can happen to couples? We're aware, I am aware, and I know a lot of people are aware that in the Western world, if this kind of thing had happened in the Western world, I mean, we'll still have some concerns, but not as much as this, because this is Africa, yeah, and we most of us were raised to keep our homes, to do our best to make sure we squash squabbles, to keep the marriage going, to keep the family, because at the end of the day, if family is the fabric, family is the fabric that holds society in place. So if families are destroyed, what what kind of children would we be putting out into the society? That's not to say single parents cannot raise good children or whatever. The point is, this kind of a thing, the kind of message it sends, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. So what I'm trying to I might end up swallowing my words. Yeah, because it's disturbing. It's really really disturbing. Um, I don't know what went wrong, but what could be the possible reason why things like this happen? What could be the possible reason? So in her own case, there was a story of. I'll come back to what I was trying to say, but there was a story of when he was in a certain elite club in Nigeria. There's this elite club in Nigeria. It's called Ikoyi Club. I'm also a member of Ikoyi Club, by the way. Even though I'm no longer in the country, but we're still making our contribution so that whenever we go back, we still enjoy the facilities in the club. So yeah. So I understand. I think I kind of remember a couple of years back there was, I think, a poster of him, of why he was suspended from the club. He was suspended for like a year or so. The story is even online as well, for assaulting someone. So let's say at age almost 70 or over 70, he still assaulted someone in public in a Koyi club. So when you hear something like this, what do you think? When you hear something like this, what do you think? So there's some kind of signal going on in my head. Like, was it that he assaulted her at that age? That's one. I also read that he had certain excesses like philandering with women, younger women. I also read that. I don't know how true. So now I'm also wondering, at age 70, you're still doing those things that probably he started many, many years ago. That probably she was saying, oh, um, maybe after some time he will stop. That probably family even came together. Maybe at some point she got angry. I'm just speculating and said, okay, I'm not doing again. And family came together and said, oh no, marriage is not like this. Let's keep the family together, like I was saying, believing that family is the fabric that holds society together. And she weathered it for all these years. And at the end of the day, it still happened. I'm just speculating. It's a possibility, you know. So that's that. Hmm. At this point, would you still say family is the fabric that holds society together? I don't know. I'll leave you to say that. I'll leave you to answer that question. I believe in family. I believe in family. But at what point do you now say no? Do you now go to the point of saying, oh, I am separating from this person? At what point? Is this something that she could have done many, many years ago that she couldn't do, that she is now doing at this like eve of her life? Because this is like the eve of their lives. This is when they're supposed to, hmm, this is the time that they're supposed to be enjoying each other's company. I mean, they must have gone through a lot all these years. They must have forgiven each other on different levels, you know. This is the time that they should be looking back and talking about all those stupid things they did. This is the time. But I don't know that this has to happen now. I don't know this has to happen now. Like I was saying earlier, I understand she's now an apostle. She does a fellowship in the house. So for the Nigerian kind of Christianity, the way we practice our Christianity back home, it can also be inconveniencing sometimes on other people. So let's assume that the man knew her as a certain kind of person, and now she has now changed to become a different kind of person. That, who knows, I'm just speculating, that may not be appealing to him anymore. What is there to even be worried about at this? I don't know. I'm not 70 years, so I don't know. Maybe when I'm 70, I will realize that there is still a lot to worry about at this age. But like, I'm wondering, even if she's now doing her church or whatever, it's her life at the end of the day. Why would that be a could that be a problem? I think that's the question I should be asking. Could something like that be a problem in a family where the man had known this his wife, or the wife had known the man a certain way all their lives, and then later on the people change, people choose their paths, over time. And then if you no longer find that pathway of your spouse comfortable for you, Could it be a reason for this kind of separation or divorce, as the case may be? Information out there is still really, really very sketchy. And yeah, my co host was supposed to join me for us to hear his perspective, but I don't know why he's not here. I'll do what I can. Yeah. So the focus is if there's anything that happened now that made her to say, I'm not doing again. If it was a verbal assault, if it was any case, any instance of DV or infidelity, or because these are the major things, DV, infidelity, these are the major things here that come to mind at the moment. Yeah, so if this is why she's leaving, um, I'm tempted to think that it didn't start just now. It's something that she'd probably been putting up with over the years. And so, yeah, that's that. I don't know if anybody is online to join. Olali, how are you doing? So that's the conversation. I actually came to kind of free my mind because this thing has been disturbing me. How can somebody who's been married for so long, that is also to say that money cannot buy happiness. Yes, money cannot buy happiness. Definitely cannot. We say these things, but it's when it happens that's when you begin to realize the weight um of this sort of conversation or this kind of sayings that we say from time to time. On social media, I read some comments about from some guys who were saying, "Oh, when a woman has money, she begins to look down on her man. When a woman has money, she rides her man the way she likes. Man cannot speak, you know." How do you know that was the case? Because there's still the case is still very the information we have is still very much sketchy. So you cannot just say, "Oh, women ride their men when they have money." There are so many women out there who have money and don't ride their men. And you cannot even say she rode him or disrespected him or whatever. You don't know. We don't know that yet. We are all just still speculating. Yeah, we also understand the man left the house. He's now on his own, in a different place. She is still in the house. She's still in the house where the house they shared together. He is the one that moved out, which is also something that is strange in the Nigerian marriage ecosystem. Usually, it's the woman that is told to leave, you know. So, hmm, nah. Even when Jeff Bezos and what's the other one's name, Bill Gates, divorced after 20 years, I was like, how can people who have been married for 20 something years divorce? Over what? Why can't they fix it? Why can't they just try to fix it? But in all those instances, for me, my conclusion is it's something that has been happening over the years. There's something called the light bulb moment. So you get to a point where that light bulb, when once that light bulb is switched on in your head, you say, okay, no, I'm not doing again. So I think this might be a case of that. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, if you have any comment, if you have any contribution, drop your comment. I will read it out. Let's hear what you have to say concerning old people divorcing. Yeah, there was also this saying by someone that they had been having issues, that they'd been having issues that they had been trying to mend. You see what I was saying? You see what I was saying? That it did this, whatever made them to part ways didn't start today. It's something that they had been trying to manage over the years. I'm sure promises were made. Oh, I won't do this again, or I won't do that again, or it won't happen again. But it happened again. And I'm sure we all have our thresholds. Yeah, we all have our thresholds. She probably couldn't take it again, or the man couldn't take it again. We don't know what. It's just really strange for the younger girls who are upcoming, who are looking at things like this. Um, what could be good? Even me as an adult, I'm married. I have my own challenges. Every marriage has got, just like every other marriage. We've all had our challenges. But that for this kind of thing to happen, it disturbs me. Let alone younger ones who are not yet married. You know how they'll be feeling. But it's not about how they feel. It's about the peace of mind of the people involved in the relationship. I understand that perfectly. But I'm just like, still wondering. Still really wondering. So yeah, I guess that's why I will end it for tonight since my co-host is not here to give his own perspective. So guys, I think tomorrow I want to come and address two videos I saw online. Two videos regarding the Nigerian ladies that were taken abroad and had issues with their husbands abroad. I want to address those two videos. Yeah, I am also abroad. I am also a Nigerian lady abroad. So let me just come and share my perspective on those two videos. And if you have what you have to say to it as well, you're free. We've all got our opinions, right? So see you session. Take care, guys. I'll come your way again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Good night.